Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is the Franchise Stars Baseball League postseason, Game 2 of the Year 2 National League Division Series between the New York Mets and the St. Louis Cardinals, coming to you live from Busch Stadium. Here in St. Louis, the Mets took a 7-1 decision in Game 1 behind ace Tom Seaver. Now, the Cardinals will answer with Bob Gibson. Here in Game 2, a rough regular season for Gibson, not anywhere near his standard. But they will hope that Gibson can regain his postseason form of a year ago as he tries to get the Cardinals even before the best-of-5 series heads to Shea Stadium. There you see Gibson warming up in the Cardinals bullpen. Jerry Koosman, the left-hander, will go for the Mets, here to try to give them a commanding 2-0 series advantage. Game 2, first pitch coming up. On the mound for the Cardinals, Bob Gibson, 11-14, 4.41. Those are not numbers that you associate with Bob Gibson. A very erratic year for Gibson here in year 2 of the FSBL after a solid, if unspectacular, opening year. But he was terrific in the playoffs last year. They will hope he can find his form here in an all-important Game 2. He faces Jose Reyes to lead things off. First pitch slider misses inside to the Mets shortstop. It's 1-0. Gibson winds and deals. There's a fastball in there for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Gibson snaps off the curveball and misses down low. It's 2-1. Fastball is in there, 2-2. Reyes, the designated hitter in this one for the Mets. Francisco Lindor back in the lineup at shortstop. Curveball there near the top of the zone, but it's called high, and the count goes full. Edgardo Alfonso swings in the on-deck circle for the Mets. Towels waving here at Busch. Gibson delivers. 3-2 pitch. Inside, they say Reyes held up, so it's a leadoff walk for Jose Reyes, not where Gibson wanted to be. Reyes led the league in steals a year ago, second in the league this year. So certainly a threat. Now Gibson will deal with Alfonso. Fastball misses down and in. Alfonso, 2 for 5 in Game 1. Gibson sets, glances over at Reyes, and delivers. Fastball misses. It's 2-0. Nothing has come easy this year for Gibson, but everyone knows what he's capable of. Fastball outside, 3-0. Carlos Beltran stands in the on-deck circle. Molina sets the target. Gibson delivers, puts that one in there. It's 3-1. Gibson trying to battle back from the 3-0 hole. Throws to first. Reyes gets back easily. Gibson comes to the set and delivers. High fastball, misses ball 4. So Gibson has walked the first 2. Again, it has been a tough slog all season for Gibson, and now he's in early trouble. First and second, nobody out, and here's Carlos Beltran. Fastball, Beltran, fly ball to right. Drew's underneath it, puts it away for the out. Reyes will tag up, he'll go to third without a throw. But Beltran is turned aside, there's one away. Here you see the Mets lineup, Reyes, Alfonso, and Beltran. Strawberry, Johnson, and Duda. Lindor, Gilkey, and Joe Ferguson round out the Mets lineup. 203 homers for the Mets, 6th in the National League. A solid offense, though not at the level of the Cardinals' offense. Now here's a big batter here as Gibson works to Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry 3 hits in Game 1, including a homer. Fouls off the first pitch from Gibson. 0-1 offering. Fastball, Strawberry fouls it off. So now Gibson's gotten ahead of Strawberry 0-2. Straw not easy to double up. But Gibson would love a big strikeout here. First and third, 1 out. The 0-2 pitch to Strawberry. Pulled foul. Strawberry gets some dirt on the batting gloves. Takes his spot back in the box. Another 0-2 offering coming from Gibson. That one misses down low. It's 1-2. Gibson sets. And the pitch. Strawberry swings and misses. Gibson gets him with the fastball down low. Second out of the inning. First strikeout for Gibson. And now Gibson 1 out away from getting out of the jam. So that'll bring up Howard Johnson. Johnson 1 for 5 in Game 1. Johnson was nursing a calf injury. He has been cleared to play the field, so he is manning third base in this one. Hot shot down to first, but a beautiful diving stop by Johnny Mize. Mize takes it to the bag himself. Beautiful play there by the Cardinals' first baseman, and Gibson gets out of the jam. So the Mets turned aside in the first. Cardinals will come up in the bottom half. New York nothing. St. Louis coming up. Cardinals will face Jerry Koosman, 14-10, a 3.23 earned run average on the year for Koosman in 32 starts. You see a 1.26 whip, 211 2/3 innings, 159 strikeouts. Stepping in is Ozzie Smith. Smith hitless in the opener. He will bat from the right-hand side. First pitch from Koosman taken for a strike. Smith didn't miss a game for the Cardinals this season. He played all 162. Ferguson sets up inside. Koosman comes inside with the fastball, but Smith lays off. It's 1-1. Koosman winds and delivers. Big looping breaking ball. Smith slaps it down to first. Duda fields it somewhat awkwardly, but takes it to the bag, and Smith is retired for the first out. The Cardinals line up Smith, Hornsby, and Mize, Boyer, Edmonds, and Jordan, Molina, Edman, and Drew. So a couple of changes in the Cardinals lineup against the left-hander. Tommy Edman will play second. Rogers Hornsby will DH, and Brian Jordan will play instead of Ray Langford out in left. Here's Hornsby, 1 for 4. Hot smash down to third, and it eats Johnson up and gets into left field. We'll see how they score it. Hornsby hit it hard. We mentioned Johnson had been out with a calf injury. That took a wicked hop. Johnson matadors it a bit, so they'll call it a single. Here's Johnny Mize. Hojo's first action in the field in a couple of weeks. He was the DH in Game 1. Dave Magadan played third, but Hojo has been cleared to play the field. He will play third in this one. Francisco Lindor will play short. Jose Reyes moves to the DH spot, and Magadan becomes your top lefty pinch hitter. Mize turns this one around. Down the right field line, that's a fair ball heading into the corner. Strawberry gets it out. Throw comes in. Runner will hold at third. So it's a one-out double for Johnny Mize, and the Cardinals are threatening early here, second and third with one out for Ken Boyer. First pitch from Koosman at the knees for strike one. Boyer 1 for 4 in game one, had a terrific regular season. I really wish the game did not give you the postseason stats as the placard one game into the postseason. I still want to see the regular season stats. There you see Boyer hit .335. A breakout season for the Cardinals' third baseman. Big looping curveball. Counts 1-2. Gibson allowed the first two men on in the top half, but got out of it. Now Jerry Koosman trying to get out of his own trouble here in the bottom half. Fastball misses up high. Count goes to 2-2. Second and third for the Cardinals here with one out in the first. Koosman delivers. Boyer. Weakly hit ground ball to short. Lindor charges. His only play will be to first. Boyer's retired. But the run comes home, and the Cardinals have taken a 1-0 lead. So Boyer just makes sure to make contact there. Mize will stay at second. There's two outs now. Here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds 2 for 4 in the opener. Fastball from Koosman off the outside corner for ball one. That fastball was called a strike. Count goes level. Koosman from the set delivers. Edmonds fouls it off. So the count will go to 1-2. Cardinals have a run in. Would love to bring Mize home here as well. Pitch from Koosman. Looped out into the center. That's a base hit for Edmonds. Mize comes around third. He will come in to score. It's an RBI single for Jim Edmonds, and the Cardinals have a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. As MV joins us, how are you, my friend? I hope all is well with you. Work, that four-letter word ending in K. I'm thankfully off today. So in steps Brian Jordan. Jordan getting the start in left field against the lefty starter. Fly ball to left. Put away by Gilkey, and the side is retired. But the Cardinals strike for two here in the first. We'll head to the top of the second. 2-0 St. Louis. Game 2, the National League Division Series. In steps Lucas Duda. Duda 1 for 4 in the opener. So Gibson walked the first two to face him in the first, but then got out of the jam. We'll see if now, staked to a 2-0 lead, if Gibson can get things settled down and go into lockdown mode. Fastball misses up high. There's a fastball that misses inside. Both of those were borderline pitches. Gibson gets neither of them. Fastball there, swung on and missed. Count goes to 2-1. Fastball misses inside. 3-1 the count. Lindor waits on deck. Gibson doesn't want to groove a cookie to Duda here, who can put one out of the park. Fastball there. Duda turns it but foul. So the count goes full as Gibson works to Duda to open up the second. 3-2 pitch. And it's swung on and missed. Gibson goes to the changeup, his third pitch, and he gets Duda there for the strikeout. There you see, fastball, fastball, fastball. 5 fastballs and goes to the changeup to get Duda. One down, here's Lindor. Lindor, a miserable season at the plate for the Mets. He sat in Game 1 of the series. Slider inside, they say he held up. Lindor gets the start at short. Jose Reyes moves to DH. One offering, curveball snapped off. I always say the changeup is Gibson's fourth pitch. So threw the curveball a bit more often than the change. 1-2 offering to Lindor. That change dives away. It's 2-2. Methadone for life. How are you, Hugh? Good to see you, sir. 2-2 pitch. Lindor down to first, line drive. Softly hit line drive. Mize puts the squeeze on it, and there's 2 away. So that'll bring up Bernard Gilkey. Gilkey 1 for 4 with a homer in Game 1. Again, the Mets took the opener of this series 7-1. Changeup swung on and missed. Seaver and Dizzy Dean battled through 6. Dean got in a little trouble. And then Dave Fouts and the Cardinals bullpen threw kerosene all over it. Gilkey flies out to Edmonds. That'll set the side down in order in the second. Gibson certainly needed that. We head to the bottom half. Molina leading things off for the Cardinals, who lead it 2-0. Yadi Molina hitless in Game 1. Koosman will try to bounce back after a rocky first. Molina skies this one to center. Easy play. Beltran's under it, puts it away for the first out.
Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 19.
So that'll bring up Tommy Edman. Edman didn't play in Game 1. Edman gets the start at second in this one as Rogers Hornsby moves to the designated hitter spot. Edman, a terrific defensive second baseman. Not that Hornsby's bad, but Edman is the superior defender. Fastball there is fouled off. Edman and Brian Jordan in the lineup here in this Game 2. Looping shot, and it's grabbed. Nice play, Bernard Gilkey. Gilkey had a long way to go, reached down, and makes the reaching backhanded grab. Before Drew steps in, let's take a look at this grab. Long way to go for Bernard Gilkey. Sky to left, Gilkey comes on, reaches down and makes the play. That was awfully close to hitting the ground. That's a beautiful play by Bernard Gilkey. So Gilkey robs Edman 2 away, and now here's J.D. Drew. Drew slipped down into the 9 hole against the lefty. Gets himself into an 0-1 hole. Koosman delivers. Changeup misses outside. 1-1 the count. Fastball at the top of the zone. It's 1-2. That high strike hasn't been there for Koosman or Gibson to that point, but he gets that call. Now goes downstairs. Drew swings and misses at 1 in the dirt, and the side is retired. So good bounce back inning for Koosman after the 2-run first. We head to the top of the third at Busch. Cardinals 2, Mets nothing. Game 2 of the National League Division Series. So stepping in, here's Joe Ferguson. Ferguson 3 hits in Game 1. Again, Ferguson acquired in a trade during the offseason with the Houston Astros. Sent Ed Charles, and I forget who the pitcher was who went in that deal. Ferguson was supposed to be the right-handed half of a platoon with Todd Hundley, but Hundley tore his MCL early in the year and Ferguson became the everyday catcher. (1-0) pitch here from Gibson. Fastball was in there for a called strike. Fastball there, rides in. It's 2-1. There's the pitch. Slider misses down low. It's 3-1. Jose Reyes waits on deck. Pitch from Gibson. Fastball misses up high, ball 4. So that's the third walk already for Gibson. He walked the first 2 men of the game, starting with this man, Jose Reyes. Reyes was then left stranded as Gibson worked his way through the situation in the first. Gibson delivers, curveball misses inside. Again, a very un-Bob Gibson regular season. Misses outside with the changeup. So Gibson, again, falling behind hitters. It's been a bugaboo all season for him. 2-0 the count. Delivers, curveball, misses. It's 3-0. Edgardo Alfonzo waits on deck. Cardinals need Gibson to figure it out. (3-0) pitch, and he misses ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk. So as he did in the first, Gibson has walked the first 2 batters of the inning. 4 walks so far for Gibson in 10 batters faced. He got out of it before. He'll have to try to wield the magic wand and do it again. Here as he faces Edgardo Alfonzo. Misses outside. Gibson going to a lot of curveballs and changeups rather than the fastball slider combination. Not pitching to his strengths, and so far it has made it a very tough slog. Alfonzo pops this one up. Shallow center. Long run going out for Edman. He can't get it. Jim Edmonds has to play it on the hop. He'll get it in. It's a bloop base hit. And the bases are loaded for the Mets with nobody out. And Carlos Beltran coming up. Alfonzo drops it into pretty much the only place nobody could get it. Edman goes out. Edmonds comes in. It falls in between them. So now here's Carlos Beltran. Bases loaded, nobody out. Fastball misses up high. Gibson comes to the set. There's the pitch, swung on and missed. It's 1-1. All-star campaign for Beltran, who missed last year's postseason for the Mets with a knee injury. 1-1 offering, big curveball. Beltran pops it up. Boyer is under it in foul ground, puts it away, and a big out there for Gibson as Beltran goes down. There's one away. Here's Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry struck out his first time up. First pitch from Gibson, misses down low. Here's the pitch. Straight fastball in there for a called strike. 1-1 the count as Gibson works to Strawberry, trying to navigate the bases-loaded jam. Here's the pitch. Change up just off the plate. It's 2-1. You can see Gibson just does not look like a pitcher who feels like he's in control of this. And that is not usually the case for Bob Gibson. Bob Gibson usually appears like he is in command of everything. But now it's 3-1 to Strawberry with the bases loaded. And he misses outside, ball 4. Gibson walks in a run. Ferguson scores, and it's 2-1. 5 walks for Gibson. Here's Howard Johnson. Fastball misses down low. The Cardinals have worked all season to try to get Gibson on track, and he has just never really gotten himself to where he needs to be. Curveball there, in for a strike. It's 1-1. The whole plan was Gibson and Dizzy Dean being a dominant 1-2 punch. Dean was exceptional, but Gibson could never put it together this year. Johnson fouls it off. The count goes to 1-2. One out, bases loaded, top of the third. The crowd on its feet here at Busch. Fastball down low. Johnson fouls it off. Gibson from the set. Delivers. Change up, misses down and in. That's the 25th pitch of the inning for Gibson. Two and 2 the count. High fastball. Johnson fouls it off. Gibson from the set again. And the pitch. Curveball misses inside. He has not been able to locate the slow stuff. 3-2 pitch coming to Hojo. Fouls off the fastball. 8 pitches so far in this at-bat as Gibson battles Howard Johnson. There's the pitch. It's low. Johnson flies it to left, and it's fielded. Wow, wait a minute, hold on a second. I totally misread that. I thought that was a fly ball. The camera work there threw me. I apologize for the horrible call there, but Johnson loops one over into the gap. I thought that was still in the air. I apologize. I didn't even see that hit the ground. That's a terrible job by me up here in the booth. That's a John Sterling moment. But the Mets get a 2-run single for Howard Johnson, and it's 3-2 Mets. Curveball inside to Duda almost hits him. One and 0. Fastball misses away. It's 2-0. Gibson's command just not there. Comes to the set and delivers. Misses up high. It's 3-0. And you got to think the Cardinals are going to have to start getting some bullpen action going. We know he's Bob Gibson, but right now he's just being completely ineffective. .30 pitch at the top of the zone, but it's called a ball. When you're all over the place, you're not going to get that call. So the bases are loaded again. Here's Francisco Lindor. Gibson getting a bit longer leash than most other pitchers would get. Fastball on the corner for strike one. Gibson was dominant in a pair of postseason starts a year ago. Fastball there, down low. Lindor fouls it off, and it's 0-2. Gibson comes to the set. Fastball misses inside. 1-2 the count. Gibson delivers. Fastball line into center. That's a base hit for Lindor. 2 runs are going to score, and the Mets have taken a 5-2 lead. 5 runs in here in the third. Francisco Lindor comes up with the big 2-run single. As Bob Gibson's woes continue, and the crowd here at Busch has gone quiet. Here's Bernard Gilkey. Slider is in there for a strike. Got to see if the Cardinals have even started to warm somebody up yet, because they should. They do. All right, Jesse Haynes and Matt Morris throwing out in the Cardinals bullpen. A little slow to get that bullpen going. The Cardinals know that they need Bob Gibson. But you can't stay with him forever when he clearly doesn't have his stuff, and he hits Gilkey. Gibson hits Gilkey, tries to come inside on him. And now here's Ferguson. Haynes and Morris throwing with hastened pace in the Cardinals bullpen. Fastball is in there for a called strike. Ferguson delivers. Fastball misses down and away. It's 1-1. Cardinals scored 2 in the first, but the Mets have come through with 5 runs here in the third and threatening for more. Ferguson, fly ball to right. Drew is there, puts it away. Runner's going to tag. Drew's throw comes in. A run will score. Runner on second moves up to third. It's 6-2 New York with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. As Bob Gibson stalks, he's looking out to see if they're going to come and get the hook. Now they're just going to try to get him through the third here as the order turns over for Reyes. Fastball fouled off. Slider misses up high. Gibson hasn't had command of any particular pitch, so he hasn't had anything he could go to when he's been in trouble. He has just been missing the mark with everything. There's that slider. That's usually his money pitch. And he can't locate that either. One way or another, have to think this is the last batter of the game for Gibson. Fastball popped up. Molina sheds the mask. And that'll put an end to the nightmare third for Bob Gibson and the Cardinals. But the Mets plate 6 largely on walks. 6 runs, only 3 hits. We head to the bottom of the third. The Cardinals have an uphill climb. They trail 6-2. So here's Ozzie Smith. Smith grounded out his first time up. This Cardinals lineup certainly capable of coming back. Koosman misses with the first pitch ball. Koosman winds and fires. Fastball misses inside. It's 1-1. Plan is sometime this evening. Game 2 of the National League Division Series between the Expos and the Giants. Giants have a 1-0 lead in that one. Smith fouls off the changeup to stay alive. Koosman delivers, misses down and in. Count goes to 2-2. Fastball there, Smith fouls it off. Two-2 offering from Koosman. Smith, weakly hit, ground ball to short. Lindor charges, quick release, he'll get him. There's one away. Nice job there by Lindor. That's not an easy play. But Ozzie is thrown out for the first out here in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby singled his first time up. Came around to score. Fastball misses down low. It's ball 1. Koosman taking his sweet time here. Now winds and fires. Misses outside. Count goes to 2-0 to Hornsby. There's a shot. One hopper hit hard. Nice play by Alfonso on the backhand. Throws Hornsby out, and there's 2 away.
The batter, number 13.
So that'll bring up Johnny Mize. Mize doubled his first time up. He would later come around to score. The Cardinals took a 2-0 lead before the third inning. Blew up on them for 6 runs. 38 homers on the season for Mize. Koosman misses with the fastball inside. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch. And the changeup misses down low. 2-1 the count. Fastball from Koosman is in there. The count goes to 2-2. Here's the pitch. Changeup fouled off. Mize waits, bat cocked at the plate. 2-2 pitch from Koosman. Fastball on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. Down goes Mize, and down go the Cardinals. We're a third of the way through here at Busch Stadium. We head to the fourth. Mets lead it 6-2. And in shocking fashion, the Cardinals are electing to start Bob Gibson here in the fourth. They went through Dave Fouts and Trevor Rosenthal in Game 1. And Matt Morris. But still, you're down 1-0 in the series. I don't think you can risk leaving Gibson in here to suffer any further damage. Slider there. That's the best slider he's thrown in this game. It's 1-1 to Alfonso. Haynes and Morris were both throwing. Fastball misses inside. You've got an off day tomorrow as well, so pitchers can get a day of rest. Curveball is in. Count goes to 2-2. Not sure if Gibson had a conversation in the dugout, threatened anybody, but I can't think of a real justification the way that third inning went for Gibson to be on the mound here. Count is full to Alfonso. Misses upstairs, ball 4. And that's been the problem. Gibson has walked the ballpark in this one. Here's Carlos Beltran. Fastball swung on and missed. And it's fine to say he's Bob Gibson, but right now he's ineffective. Gotta think you can get somebody in from the bullpen to try to keep you in this game. You can't let this get bigger than these 4 runs. You've got plenty of time left. But save your bullet. And if this series goes 5, you can bring Gibson back and hope for a better fate. He fans Beltran looking. 3rd strikeout for Gibson. 1st out of the inning. Here's Darryl Strawberry. Gibson is at 85 pitches with 1 out here in the 4th. Fastball misses up and away. That changeup misses down low. It's 2-0. The Mets have 6 runs, only 3 hits. But a complete lack of control and command from Bob Gibson has done him in early here. 2-1 the count to Strawberry. There's the pitch, and it's fouled off. So 2-2 the count. Gibson delivers. Curveball inside, hit to short. Smith flips to Edman, on to first. 6-4-3 double play, and the side is retired here in the 4th. A little too late, given the score. But Gibson does face the minimum 3 in the 4th. We head to the bottom half. It's 6-2 Mets. Here's Ken Boyer to lead things off in the bottom of the 4th. You're the Cardinals. You don't need everything in one shot. But you certainly would like to at least get a run here in the 4th and start your climb. A terrific season for Ken Boyer. And there's a shot hit well to left. It's hooking, and it lands foul. No shot at Gilkey getting to that ball. Count goes to 1-1. Change up down low. Boyer chases it. So 1-2 the count as Koosman works to Boyer. Tapper back to the mound, broken bat. Koosman evades the shards, fields it and flips to Duda for out number 1. There you'll see Boyer's bat just explodes. The barrel goes over the head of Koosman, who retires him at first. Here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds singled his first time up, drove in a run. Again, the Cardinals led 2-0 after 1. The Mets struck for 6 in the 3rd. Fastball misses up high. Shot inside the bag at third. Edmonds has a hit. Gilkey cuts it off nicely. Edmonds isn't going to chance it. He'll hold at first with a one-out single. Good job by Bernard Gilkey to get to that one quickly. Well, Jim Edmonds swinging a good bat for the Cardinals. Hoping they can get a few more guys in line with that. Here's Brian Jordan. Jordan's 0 for 1. Change up in there for a called strike. Jordan flew out his first time up. Pitch from Koosman. Fastball swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Changeup misses down low. And the series heads to Shea Stadium for Game 3. Jordan passed Duda in the right field for a base hit. Edmonds will hold at second. But the Cardinals have 2 men on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th as they try to get something going. Here's Yadi Molina. And before it's interrupted, that Game 3 pitching matchup, Sid Fernandez will go for the Mets. Howie Pollitt will take the mound for the Cardinals. Oh, 0-1 the count to Molina. Breaking ball locks him up. It's 0-2. Fastball misses inside. Molina certainly susceptible to the double play ball. Fastball down low, swung on and missed. Down goes Molina, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Third strikeout for Koosman as he tries to work through the trouble. That's a beautiful pitch at the knees on the inside corner. Nothing Yadi can do with that one. So here's Tommy Edman. Edman is 0 for 1. And Edman lines this shot to right. Slicing. Way near the line. It's a ground rule double. Strawberry did not get a good break on that ball at all. Thought it was going to hop the wall. He wouldn't have had a play on the fly ball anyway. But Strawberry is lucky that ball hopped over the fence because Strawberry was nowhere near it. The Cardinals get a run, and now J.D. Drew comes to the plate as the tying run. Drew struck out his first time up. Life amongst the Cardinals fans here at Busch. 2 outs, second and third. They trail 6-3 here in the bottom of the 4th. Drew, ground ball up the middle. Alfonso ranges to his right. Tough play out on the grass. Good throw, but he's not going to get him. It's an infield single for J.D. Drew. Another run comes home, and it's now a 6-4 ball game. Nice job by Alfonso. He prevents a run here, but unable to get enough on the throw to get Drew at first. And now the order turns over. Here's Ozzie Smith. Fastball off the plate. It's 1-0. Smith has grounded out twice, still looking for his first hit here in the series. Koosman delivers. Smith pops it up in foul ground. Howard Johnson will have room. Puts it away, and the side is retired. But the Cardinals start to try to claw back. They get a pair. We head to the top of the 5th. Mets 6, Cardinals 4 here at Busch. Howard Johnson will lead it off. They send Gibson out for the 5th. Did allow a base runner in the 4th, but then got the double play. Gibson is clearly demanded to stay in this game. The Mets got all 6 of their runs in the 3rd. Jesse Haynes and Ernie Broglio throwing in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Johnson fouls it off. Fastball misses down low. It's 2-1. Fastball swung on and missed. It's 2-2. Crowd waving the towels, feeling like the Cardinals have climbed back into this game. Slider misses down and in. Count is full. Gibson deals. Hojo fouls it off. Johnson had a 10-pitch at bat earlier on in this game. Breaking ball inside, ball 4, and it's a walk for Howard Johnson. I believe that is the 6th walk for Bob Gibson, and that's going to be it. They were going to try to let him try to get through 5. Again, Gibson, that 3rd inning blew up on him. He had virtually nothing in this one, and Gibson knows it as he walks off the mound. That is a huge letdown for the Cardinals and Bob Gibson. So now here comes Jesse Haynes in relief. He's going to try to keep this a reachable game for the Cardinals. Let's check out the final line score for Bob Gibson before Duda steps in, although obviously Johnson would be on Gibson's ledger. Mets only have 3 hits. That hasn't been the problem. But Gibson, I was off. 8 walks in 4 innings for Bob Gibson. He was behind everybody. He walked in a run. He hit a batter. He loaded the bases twice. He got out of it in the 1st. Couldn't get out of it in the 3rd. But the Cardinals have clawed back to 6-4, and now Jesse Haynes is going to try to give them a chance. Knuckleball floats in for ball 1. Dwayne Martz has joined us. How are you, Dwayne? Yeah, a lot of scoring. This has been not the way I thought this game would go. Knuckleball floats in. Again, I'd mentioned that Gibson has just not had a Gibson-esque kind of year. But I did think that Gibson would go and get himself together for the postseason start. But he had nothing. Ground ball to second. This could be 2. Edman to Smith on to Mize. 4-6-3 double play. And the bases are cleared. Duda hits a perfect double play ball to Tommy Edman. So 2 outs in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Francisco Lindor. Lindor 1 for 2. And a big 2-run single. Again, it has not been a good year for Lindor. Big floating knuckleball from Haynes. It's 1-1. Ground ball over the bag. Nicely played by Mize. Takes it to the bag himself, and the side is retired. So we're midway through at Busch. Game 2, the National League Division Series. Mets 6, Cardinals 4. Hornsby, Mize, and Boyer due up for St. Louis. Hornsby will lead it off against Koosman. Hornsby's 1 for 2. It has not come easily for Koosman either. First pitch fastball, Hornsby fouls it off. 309 average during the regular season for Hornsby. Koosman delivers, misses down low with the fastball. It's 1-1. That fastball misses. It's 2-1. Hornsby lines that one foul. 2-2 the count. Ferguson wants it up. Koosman goes up and he fans Hornsby for the first out here in the fifth. Fourth strikeout for Koosman. And now he'll deal with Johnny Mize. Mize 1 for 2. He doubled and scored. Breaking ball misses down and away. There's a pitch, and that's a bullet in the right. Mize turns that one around. That sounded like a gun going off the bat. So it's a 1-out single for Johnny Mize. 110 off the bat. In case the sound didn't tell you, that was hit hard. So here's Ken Boyer as the tying run. Fastball from Koosman in there for a called strike. Boyer has grounded out twice. One of those ground outs did bring in a run. There's the pitch. Runner goes. Ground ball up the middle. Mize in safely, but Lindor throws on to first for the out. It's a little surprising they had Mize going there. Hit and run opportunity. So Mize is in scoring position now. There are 2 outs. And that'll bring up Jim Edmonds. Edmonds is 2 for 2. He's got a pair of singles. In RBI, he's also scored a run. Fred Bird trying to get the crowd into it a bit. Koosman from the set. First pitch fastball misses up high. There's a fastball swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Koosman working a bit more briskly now. 1-1 pitch. Edmonds puts it just foul outside third. Edmonds slipped one inside the bag before. Not usually an opposite field hitter. 1-2 count. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Beautiful curveball from Koosman. Down goes Edmonds and down go the Cardinals. Big pitch from Jerry Koosman. So the Cardinals threaten but do not score. We head to the top of the 6th. Game 2 of the National League Division Series. Mets lead it 6-4. Here's Bernard Gilkey. Gilkey 0 for 1. He was also hit by a pitch from Gibson back in the 3rd. Jesse Haynes will stay in. He only threw 6 pitches in relief in the 5th. Gilkey loops this one into center. Long run, and Edmonds misplays it. Edmonds misplays it. Gilkey will pull in at second. That was sinking on him. Edmonds reached down and couldn't come up with it. It gets past. Jordan gets over. But Gilkey is on second. You will not see that often from Jim Edmonds. And now the Mets will try to capitalize. Here's Joe Ferguson. Knuckleball floats in for strike 1. Michael Silva, how are you, Michael? Happy Friday to you as well, sir. Definitely a happy Friday for me because I'm off. And my son is coming home for the holiday early from college. He's coming home today. Ground ball through the hole and right. Base hit. Runner being waved around. Drew's throw is up the third base line. Gilkey comes in to score, and it's 7-4 New York. So Joe Ferguson dribbles one through the hole. Knuckleball came in slow, and that ground ball didn't leave much harder than the knuckler came in. So now here's Reyes, runner on first, 7-4 New York here in the top of the 6th. Reyes squares to bunt. He pops the bunt, and now they're going to get the force at second. Reyes was busting it down the line, so Edman didn't try to get him at first. They throw to second to get Ferguson for the force. Would have been a tough play if Edman had tried to throw to first to get Reyes there. and get a double play. I don't think he would have gotten it. Here's Edgardo Alfonzo. Alfonzo 1 for 1 with a walk. Again, Bob Gibson, just a control nightmare. He only allowed 3 hits, but he walked 8. Through 4+ innings. As Gibson, again, just his struggles this season continued into the postseason. Virtually everybody would have bet money that Gibson would right the ship come playoff time. That knuckleball misses down low. That looked like a great pitch from Haynes. Instead, he's behind Alfonzo 2-0. Changeup misses outside. It's 3-0. Carlos Beltran waits on deck. The only sport I could get my sons to do that with me for would be soccer. Changeup in there for a called strike. The 3-1 pitch from Haynes. Misses down low for ball 4. So Alfonzo walks. It's first and second. That'll bring up Carlos Beltran. Beltran 0 for 3 on the day. Beltran turns. This one rips it, but right at Edman. Beltran hit that one with authority, but Edman doesn't have to move. Puts it away for the second out. So now here's Darryl Strawberry, 0 for 2 with a walk, an RBI and a run scored. Knuckler floats in for strike 1. Crowd here in St. Louis is on its feet, trying to get Jesse Haynes through this top of the 6th without any further damage. Floats another one in. Strawberry pulls it foul. Oh and 2 the count. Floated in. Strawberry pulls it foul again. We'll see if Haynes tries to get cheeky and slip a fastball past it. He does not. It's another knuckleball and another one pulled foul. Two men on for the Mets, who lead at 7-4. Strawberry fouls it off. Jesse Haynes on in relief of Bob Gibson, who labored, to put it mildly. Strawberry hits this one deep to right center. That's way back. It's a one-hopper against the wall. 1 run will score. Second run being waved around. It's a 2-run double into the gap for Darryl Strawberry, and the Mets have opened up a 9-4 lead here in the top of the 6th. Strawberry drives one into the gap. A 2-run double. And that might be the final dagger in the Cardinals' hopes here. Haynes is out. Ernie Broglio will come in. The Cardinals were scraping and clawing their way to get back into this game. But the Mets have put up a 3-spot here in the 6th. And Hojo, deep drive to right. Going back on it is Drew. Looks like the wind may have caught it a bit, but not enough. It's out of here. Home run Howard Johnson, and it's 11-4 New York. So Ernie Broglio greeted rudely. If you remember when Dave Fouts came in relief in Game 1, Lucas Duda greeted him in the same fashion. Opening it up with a first pitch swing and a home run. So Hojo goes deep to bring in Strawberry as well. Out into the Cardinal bullpen. Ball almost hits whoever that is throwing. It's 11-4 New York in the top of the 6th. Fastball misses down and away. I would be inclined to agree with you, gentlemen. It certainly seems like this one is over. So the Mets, assuming they can close this out, will head back to Shea with a 2-0 series lead in the best of 5. And the Cardinals having thrown their top 2 pitchers already. Again, Sid Fernandez will go in for the Mets in Game 3. Howie Pollitt, who won 19 games, if I remember correctly, for the Cardinals this year, will pitch Game 3 for St. Louis and try to keep their hopes alive. Again, we don't want to write this Cardinals offense off. It is only the 6th. But 11-4 is 11-4. Two and two the count. Fastball misses down low. Broglio deals. Duda pops it up. Ken Boyer in foul ground. Underneath it puts it away, and the side is retired. But the Mets put up a 5 spot here in the 6th. Jordan Molina and Edman will try to start another attempt at a comeback for the Cardinals. They trail at 11-4. Here's Jerry Koosman. Koosman has certainly not been great, but he's gotten the support. Jordan lines one into right. Strawberry lays out, gets a glove on it, but can't come up with it. And it'll be a leadoff single for Brian Jordan. Good effort from Strawberry out there in right, but he's unable to come up with it. That'll bring up Yadier Molina. Molina is 0 for 2. Ground ball to third. Johnson has it to second for 1. On to first, 5-4-3 double play. And any hope tied to the leadoff single from Brian Jordan is erased in a hurry. Hojo couldn't have ordered that ground ball any better. 2 down. Here's Tommy Edman. It's so quiet in this stadium you can hear the fat ladies singing. Oh, goodness. Yeah, was not expecting this one to go this way. Koosman hasn't been great by any stretch. But Gibson labored, and Haynes and Broglio were unable to keep the Mets in check afterward. Fastball swung on and missed. It's 1-2. If the Cardinals could win Game 3 and get it to a Game 4, Dizzy Dean would surely come back on 3 days rest. As Koosman fans Edman to end the inning. It's perhaps buoyed by the double play. Koosman rears back. He gets himself through 6 here. Not sure he'll go much longer. But we head to the top of the 7th. Mets lead the Cardinals 11-4 as they look to take a 2-0 lead in the National League Division Series. Here's Francisco Lindor. Lindor is 1 for 3. Hey, thankfully for Strawberry, Strawberry got his act together. Unlike Dwight Gooden. Although Gooden finally seems like he may have figured it out too. After multiple relapses. God, what a mess. What a wreck of a career. I had dinner with Bob Feller. A bit of a blowout, so we can kind of deviate from the game broadcast a little bit. 1996, 1987, I guess it would have been. At Wrigley Field, I was covering the housing industry, and there was the National Association of Mortgage Brokers conference out in Chicago. And I went out there to cover it, and one of the companies who I dealt with regularly invited me to attend. They were bringing in, it was a bank in Cleveland, and they were bringing in Bob Feller. The Indians were playing the Cubs at Wrigley Field. And nobody else, the other guys who were there with me from my job, didn't really care about baseball like I did. It's like I could have gone to a dinner with all these big wigs and money and whatever like that, or I could have gone to the baseball game with this bank and what they were putting together. And I'm like, I'll take the baseball game. You guys can go to the dinner. I don't care. And Gooden started for the Indians. I think he was only with the Indians for 1 year. So I got to see a guy who I grew up loving start for the Indians in a night game at Wrigley, talking baseball with Bob Feller for 3 hours in a suite. I was in my glory. And Feller was just such a great guy to talk to. And he didn't resent, like a lot of old-time guys, like hated modern guys and hated them for the money that they made and all that kind of stuff. And Feller didn't really resent the money, but he resented somebody like Gooden with all of his talent wasting it all. Making all that money and having all that talent and letting it all go to waste with drugs and nonsense. Gooden like infuriated Feller. It was pretty wild. But he was such a pleasure to talk to. We talked about his barnstorming days and all that kind of stuff, and just he was still sharp as a tack even then. His knees bothered him, and he had a little bit of a issue getting around and stuff. But he was a great guy to talk to and could not have been more generous with his time. And the other people there weren't, it's weird because they brought Feller in, but they weren't, like they liked baseball, but they didn't know history and all that kind of stuff. So I led the conversation with Feller for 3 hours, and everybody just sat around and listened to me and Bob Feller talk in a suite at Wrigley Field. It was incredible. We got a personally signed autographed ball from Feller. Not that I ever would have sold it anyway. But Koosman misses up high, walks through to open up the bottom of the 7th. So, now that it is the 7th, I will start to kind of ponder some of the managerial stuff. Ozzie fouls this one off. I'm going to check out the Mets bullpen. It just feels like they should have somebody warming. Let's see. They do not have anybody warming as of yet. We'll go. I'm actually going to let R.A. Dickey warm up, and we'll let George Mogridge throw also. So they have two guys warming up. Koosman will stay in for now. Smith pulls this one foul. It's 0-2. Oh, absolutely, Michael. Oh, yeah. There's all sorts of guys who have blown it. I don't know if there are guys who were Cy Young winners and stuff like that who wasted it to the extent that Gooden did, but he still had flashes even after his time with the Mets was done. I mean, most notably the no-hitter with the Yankees, which admittedly turned my stomach. But Gilkey puts away Ozzie there with the flyout. But yeah, I mean, it's baseball history. All sports history is kind of littered with that stuff. Here's Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby 1 for 3. Again, you got to think if the Cardinals have any hope they could get they need a crooked number here. Hornsby hits it well, but not well enough. Beltran's underneath it for the second out. Again, the hope is that I'll be able to get a broadcast done this evening before my son comes home from college. Maybe I may be able to record one in the afternoon and post it this evening. Game 2 of the Expos Giants series at Candlestick, as the Giants will look to take a 2-0 lead. Fastball is in there for a called strike. Chopper back to the box. Koosman has it. Throws to first. So Koosman is now settled in a little bit here late. The advantage of having a cushion. 7th inning stretch time here at Busch. I think a lot of people may be stretching their way to the exits. So Trevor Rosenthal will come in for the Cardinals. Rosenthal threw a scoreless inning in Game 1. He will start things off facing Jose Reyes. Reyes 0 for 2, a pair of walks, a pair of runs scored. Fastball at the knees for strike 1. Change up there, swung on and missed. So Rosenthal ahead of Reyes 0-2. Here's the pitch. Misses inside. One and two the count. Fastball misses inside. It's 2-2. High fastball. 3-2 the count. Edgardo Alfonso waits on deck. Three-two pitch from Rosenthal. Reyes lashes it into left. Jordan coming on. He reaches down and grabs it for the first out. Nice play there by Brian Jordan. So here's Alfonso, 1 for 1 with a single. He's walked a couple of times. He's scored a couple of runs. There's a shot to left. Hit well. Jordan going back on it, makes the play. Nice grab by Brian Jordan, a terrific outfielder. Makes the grab, and there's 2 down. That'll bring up Carlos Beltran. The current player, going back to that Feller story, the current player who Feller really loved, he loved Ken Griffey Jr. He absolutely loved Griffey. One and 0 the count. High fastball. Beltran swings and misses. Fastball. Down and away. It's 2-1. Fastball misses. It's 3-1. Darryl Strawberry waits on deck. Strawberry had the 2-run double his last time up. Beltran grounds it to second. Edman has it. Throws to first, and the side is retired. So we head to the bottom of the 8th at Busch. Cardinals have out-hit the Mets 9-7, but they trail 11-4. Here's Ken Boyer. Boyer is 0 for 3.
The third baseman, Ken Boyer.
Pretty sure the Mets are in double-digit walks. Koosman will start the 8th. Let him go unless he lets up a base runner, and then we'll probably go in and yank him. Koosman has labored through here. He has grinded his way through 7 so far. Ground ball to second. Alfonso with the play. Boyer is retired for the first out here in the 8th.
Now batting, center fielder,
you could feel that 5-run sixth has kind of taken the starch out of the Cardinals' bats. Here's Jim Edmonds. Went into that half inning, they had closed the deficit to 6-4. Oh, change in the bullpen, guys, for the Mets. Skip Lockwood and Al Leiter are throwing. They had closed the deficit to 6-4 and had thoughts of a comeback. Then the Mets struck for the 5 spot to put this one out of reach. Koosman delivers, swung on and missed. Down goes Edmonds. Nice slider there for Koosman, who's quietly struck out 7. So that'll bring up Brian Jordan. ATG in the house as is 007. How are you guys? Good to see you both. Yeah, Bob Gibson had nothing today. He had no command of any of his pitches. Like a lot of the times, like you'll see, just like in real life, pitcher, all right, he can't locate his curveball or whatever. Gibson couldn't locate his fastball or his slider either, and he walked 8 guys. He pitched into the 5th. He only allowed 3 hits, but by that point, he had walked in a guy. He had hit a guy to bring in a run, if I remember correctly. He gave up a 2-run single to Lindor. The walks absolutely killed him. Fly ball to right. Strawberry is there, puts it away, and the side is retired. So we are through 8 at Busch Stadium. The Mets looking to close out, taking a 2-0 lead in the series. Strawberry, Johnson, and Duda due up for New York. They lead it 11-4. So the Cardinals are going to bring in Dave Fouts. Fouts, who was pummeled in his appearance in Game 1. They're just going to try to get Fouts in here and possibly try to get him on track if they need to use him later in the series. Here's Darryl Strawberry. First pitch, fastball in for a called strike. Nathaniel, how are you, sir? Oh, congratulations on the promotion, Nathaniel. Good to hear that for you. That's very, very good. The videos don't go bad, like I always tell people. I obviously love people watching live and being in the chat, but if you watch them after the fact, as long as people enjoy what I'm doing, that's all I care about. The videos don't spoil. Curveball there is fouled off. It's 1-2. Curveball there misses down and in. 2-2 the count. Strawberry, the big 2-run double his last time up. Hojo followed that with the 2-run homer. And that was pretty much all she wrote in this one. Curveball there. Strawberry swings and misses. And there's 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Again, if the Cardinals can get a good start out of Howie Pollitt in Game 3 and get a win to extend the series, Dizzy Dean will assuredly come back on 3 days rest to make the start in Game 4. Fastball in there for a called strike. You'd then have the option, if Dean were to win and you could get to Game 5, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, of bringing Gibson back on 3 days rest. Again, Gibson did not have a great season, and he did not have a good start here, but he is still Bob Gibson, who threw a pair of postseason gems a year ago. So I'd be inclined to think that if you forced Game 5, you would still send Gibson out there and hope for the best. Johnson hits this one deep to right. Drew goes back at the wall, makes the catch. Nice job, J.D. Drew. Reels it in as he hits the wall for the 2nd out here in the 9th. Like seeing that effort from Drew in a blowout. 2 down. Here's Lucas Duda. Duda is 0 for 3. He popped out in the third. In game 1, Duda is the one who took the first Dave Fouts pitch out of the park. This one he grounds to first. Mize throws to Fouts covering, and the side is retired. So Fouts has a clean inning. Not the only positive the Cardinals can take out of this game. Bottom of the order coming up here in the bottom of the ninth. Molina, Edman, and Drew. And they will face Skip Lockwood. So Koosman's day is done after 8. Lockwood on the regular season, 10-5. A 4.35 earned run average. Walks were a problem. You see that whip up over 1.4. Cardinals are going to play this like they think they can win it. Going to pinch hit for Yachty. With Ripper Collins. So Collins will bat for Molina. Collins was 2 for 4 in game 1. Lockwood's going to look to wrap things up. Fastball, generous call on the outside corner. That's an ump with the dinner reservation. To their credit, a lot of the crowd still here in St. Louis, fearing it might be the last time they see their Cardinals this season. In order to change that, they're going to have to go to New York and win a pair at Shea. Fastball down in the dirt, it's 2-1. That misses up high, it's 3-1. Tommy Edman waits in the on-deck circle. Not sure Edman will hit, but for now he's there. There's a shot hit well to right. Strawberry has a beat on it. Puts it away for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down. Edman better against lefties, but they're going to let him hit. He's 1 for 3. He's got a double and an RBI in this one. So Edman will get to bat for himself in a 7-run game. Fastball from Lockwood misses. It's 1-0. Rick Reed has joined Al Leiter throwing for some odd reason out in the bullpen. That's a lack of faith in Skip Lockwood. You're in the 9th with 1 out. You got 2 guys warming up in a 7-run game. 1-1 the count. Curveball is in there. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Ferguson sets up inside. Weakly hit. Lindor snags the soft semi-liner, popper, floater, whatever you want to call it, out behind second base, and the Cardinals are down to their final out. Here's J.D. Drew. He's 1 for 2, single and an RBI. Fastball in there for a called strike. Dwayne, do you got anything coming up today on your channel? If so, drop a note into the chat. Fastball misses up high. Again, I'm hoping to have something posted tonight, but something I would probably record earlier and then just post later, so I can have some flexibility with it if I know other people are going on at a certain time. I probably wouldn't post it until like 10 o'clock, but fly ball to center, Beltran's under it, the ball game is over, and the Mets have come into St. Louis and taken the first 2 games of the National League Division Series. Bob Gibson struggles, Jerry Koosman grinds his way through, and the Mets are in commanding position as they look 1 win away from the NLCS. A 6-run third and a 5-run sixth. 11 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Mets. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Cardinals. I don't know how that play on Edmonds wasn't called an error, but it apparently wasn't. Koosman gets the win. Gibson takes the loss. About as bad as you're going to see Bob Gibson look. Now Gibson has to sit and wait and hope he gets a crack at redemption in a Game 5. And I promise you, despite how this game went, the last thing the Mets want to do is have to face Bob Gibson in a Game 5. Nice play there by Johnny Mize. And one of the few bright spots in this game for the Cardinals. There you see Lindor with the big 2-run single. That made it at the time a 6-2 ball game. Darryl Strawberry, the 2-run double in that 5-run sixth. And that was followed by the 2-run homer from Howard Johnson, and that was all she wrote. So that'll close things out from Busch. I greatly appreciate you guys joining me. Clee baseball fan, how are you, Tim? Good to see you, sir. 007, got a video posted yesterday. I got to check that out. I'm a couple behind on yours. Cubs and Braves coming up from Dwayne. That's always good to see. Great to see Nathaniel Lentz, our good friend ATG, popping in again. Give those guys a follow. ATG and friends for good stuff that they do with MLB The Show. Old school season replays. Lots of cool stuff from those guys. Michael Silva, as always, great to see you, sir. Methadone for Life, our good friend Hugh. And MV, the man, the myth, the legend, was in the house as well. Hojo gets player of the game, homer, 4 RBIs. Again, Koosman, 8 innings, 9 hits, 7 strikeouts, only walked 1. 4 runs allowed. Bob Gibson, despite that picture not remotely being Bob Gibson, I don't know who that is. Tommy Edman, maybe? I have no idea. 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, 8 walks, plus a hit batsman. Due in Bob Gibson in this one. No command of anything. He will hope for a shot at a Game 5 redemption story, but it's a long road till then for the Cardinals. Again, later on the channel, hoping to have Game 2 of Expos and Giants. Until then, enjoy your day, everybody. See you later, and be good to each other. We'll talk soon.